What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. You also know I'm a Weeble preferred influencer. Right now, best promotion they have. All you have to do is click the link in the description. Open an account. They're going to give you free fractional shares. If you deposit a single dollar, they're going to give you free stock. It's a great way to get started in the market. And after all, you could sell all those stocks, sell all those shares, and put the money right back in your bank account if you just wanted to take advantage of the free money. But you have to sign up to take advantage of it to start with. Now, sometimes the planets align. I had a video recommended to me out of nowhere. And at first, I didn't even believe it was from the EA YouTube channel. This video is going on 10 years old, but it is incredibly prevalent today because it focuses on Clint Oldenburg, who is now one of the lead designers, and really, if you go over to Twitter or social media, one of the faces of Madden and EA Sports when it comes to simulating football. But what we want to talk about today is his comfort zone, football. Talking about, in my opinion, how EA Sports goes out and gets individuals from our community, individuals from NCAA or NFL experience or credentials, and then attempts to bring them on thinking they'll change the game, but the reality is they honestly can't do this, and we're going to discuss why. So, first of all, Clint openly says he came in through the NCAA fellowship program, which allowed him, as simply a college athlete, a football player, to come in with what we can assume is little to no game programming experience and start to see what it's like to work on a AAA football title. Now, ultimately, this would lend itself to him working on Madden, but I digress. You see him here looking at play art, looking at plays that don't even seem to have offensive linemen involved. And it's just very strange to look at this dynamic and realize that this is a person that in 10 years is going to be tasked with apparently leading the charge of making what is going to be the only football game with the NFL license. Now, he relates football, his career, to Madden, which is a little bit strange because he goes on and says that you can't rate or judge yourself on failure. And he does this comedically enough with himself in the desktop background of his computer. And to me, when you look at this and you analyze what he's saying, it's so apparent that 10 years later, the feedback the community is giving means nothing to these people. Clint is basically saying, listen, you can't judge yourself on failure because by all accounts, his football career would have been a failure. Those are his words. He's essentially saying, listen, people would look at my time in the NFL, know that I was only on the practice squad, and assume that I failed. But I've been able to parlay this into this sweet gig over at EA Sports, so you really can't look at it under a microscope like that. This is someone that we now know years and years down the road is absolutely incapable of taking any type of criticism. Someone that will continue to use things like try again, get good, 2 is better than 1, to defend the shortcomings of this game. And it's amazing to see this time capsule, really, of him coming into EA, looking at the game from a vacuum, and then openly saying how he intends to put his views into making the game better, which I think we can all agree, at some level, the game has not dramatically gotten better, even though the technology has gotten worlds better. We're talking about multiple console generations that have changed since NCAA 13 when he was onboarded. And I would love to think that Clint would have taken this time to go out and learn programming, learn game development, learn. You can't say game design because that's kind of a label that EA gives these individuals. They're a game designer. But if they can't program, it really doesn't matter. That's like saying, well, I'm a pizza designer, but I don't own an oven. I just design the pizza. I don't really know what happens when someone cooks it, and that's not something I would concern myself with. I just design it. That's the disconnect that so many of these people have at EA Sports when you take them from, again, our community, you take them from the NFL, you take them from collegiate backgrounds. They're just not prepared to be able to program. And you have to ask yourself, if they're not able to program, that's one thing, but are they able to successfully communicate to programmers what needs to be done to get the game to a higher standard of simulation sports? And that, I think, is where you see the next huge disconnect here. I mean, this is someone blatantly come out and saying, listen, you can't tell me what failure is. I'm not going to listen to your definition of not being successful because I set it by my own definition, and I set it by what I'm doing. That is point blank why this game has not gotten better. To me, point blank why this game will not get better. And I'm not saying Clint's the problem. I've said for a long time, we need people like Clint there. We need people like Pat Kerwin at EA Sports doing everything they can to take all of the knowledge and understanding they have from the game and making sure that it finds its way into the game. Right? When you take a look at what they did with Swami, they brought somebody in that even now on his own YouTube channel is sitting there reciting things about the NFL. Right? Compensatory picks. Multiple draft pick trades. These are things that he understands are elements of the NFL, but he was not able to get them implemented into the game himself because he lacked the ability to program, and he lacked the ability to communicate to others that were how to actually get it in the game. So what I would love for you guys to do is take just a couple minutes out of your day. Go watch this extremely dated video and ask yourself, is the person you're seeing working on a different game then doing anything different to make the game better now? And more importantly, have you seen a track record from that individual over the last year, 2 years, 5 years, dare I say 10 years? Progressing the game forward to the point you feel moving into another console generation? Moving into maybe an area where there's going to be competitors in the marketplace, be it a licensed game or not? Do you feel confident that he's the person to make Madden the best it can be? I don't have any issue with Clint. Despite the fact that I sent him an award and he never thanked me, and the award even lit up for making one of the worst football experiences possible. But I will say, I would love to see Clint come out today, talk about this interview, and really digress to us what he's learned, what he's taken from our feedback, and how he plans on leveraging it to actually make this game better. Because you can go over to Metacritic right now and see people continue to talk so poorly about the experience they have with this game and how they never plan to support it going forward. Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching this video. You know I will be back in the week with more commentary.